What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah, and I'm back with another video. And today, I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on in my life and find out what's been going on in yours. Let's get to it. Hey, what's going on, y'all? How you doing? How's everything going? Pray that everything's going well. Pray that you're still, continuing to, fight the good fight of faith and keep moving forward. And, I'm praying that God is most definitely, keeping you in the midst of everything we're experiencing, whether through, COVID-19, you might be dealing with some family issues, might be dealing with some relationship issues, but above all and above everything, you get what I'm saying? God is still in control, and he's still, incredible in everything that he do. Lately, what's been going on in my life, I've been working relentlessly. I've been going crazy, man. I got some new stuff coming up that I'm so excited about. I've started my podcast. A matter of fact, I need to most definitely share that in the link in the description below so that you guys can most definitely, get a chance to check out my podcast. I just started it. I've been doing podcasts for now about, close to a year, but I just got serious about it, about putting it on, different formats so people can listen to it and everything. Mainly it's just been Facebook and, friends and family and stuff like that. But yeah, so I started my podcast up. It's called the Most Definitely Podcast. And, it's most definitely been a blessing for me because I get an opportunity to talk about the things that, of course, that I talk about normally just in my Facebook lives and stuff like that. But, I got a chance to actually like put it, and record it and, just do it in a way where I can deliver it to people. So I've been excited about that. I got some new music that I've been working on. So that's been really good and exciting. But so far, how's everything been going with you in the comments? Has everything been going pretty good? We know that this is holiday season and Thanksgiving is literally this week. It's around the corner and it's like, whoa. This month, this year has went so fast. It's like we are already getting ready to touch December. That's amazing, right? It's like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? It's like we getting ready to touch 2021. It feels like we just started this year, right? It's like, whoa, it's crazy, man. But how you been doing? How's everything been going for you? Have you been just, learning how to deal with the day in and day outs of being consistent? And you know what I'm saying? How's everything been going since our last conversation? I've been, trying to encourage people, letting people know that there's something special about them. They got a gift and you have a gift. You have something that nobody else has. And you know what I'm saying? And I believe like when we put forth our best foot, when we put forth our best effort, regardless what people say and regardless how we see it or envision it, I realized something, that when you look at yourself and you are moving forward and you see greatness in yourself and then you actually begin to walk and live in greatness, it doesn't seem so great no more. It seems like, man, I wish it could be better. I wish it could be better. I wish it could be better. And I realized that for me in my life, those are some of the actual obstacles I've been coming up, against. I've been coming up, oh man, I wish this could be better. I wish this could be better. And it is better. It is great. The thing is that sometimes we measure ourselves by the, what we see in other people, like, oh man, this person is really, really doing it. But, we got to keep in mind that teamwork is important, and I realized that as well. Like when you work with people, at your job, say you work in a 9 to 5 and, your job now, you know what I'm saying? You're moving, you're working, you know what I'm saying? But I realized something that, at that job, there are more than just one person, it's more than just two people. You get what I'm saying? It's about a team, and that team puts forth the work and then it makes the company look well. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I've been realizing. Don't be so hard on yourself if it doesn't measure up to someone else's, because when you work together as a team, there's different people working on that project. And so don't beat yourself up like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? It ain't as good as this person's. Sometimes I've realized that 10 people are working on that project. You get what I'm saying? And so, but that's what's been going on in my life. I've just been consistently working. And sometimes, you work so much where your work is not even seen. But when you work, when nobody else is watching, when you continue to stay consistent, you get better at your craft. You get better at what you're good at. So I wanted to encourage you today that, like, listen, if nobody's watching and nobody's paying attention and nobody's tagging along for the journey, don't get frustrated by that or be so caught or consumed with that idea or that thought, because it can rob you of your success. It can rob you of constantly moving forward. So I just want to encourage you today, like, just keep taking steps forward. Even if nobody sees it, nobody watches it, nobody, even acknowledges it. Those are steps that I've realized that has got me a whole lot better, because a lot of, like, for example, a seed that's planted in the ground, it starts in solitude. It starts by itself. It starts in a room where it's by itself. But when it starts to grow, other people begin to see it. And so, like, the journey in my life, I've realized that not a lot of people are tagging along for the journey. Not a lot of people are clapping or applauding. That's okay. I've realized something in my life. I've realized that the more that I'm putting forth the effort in doing what I enjoy and what I love, it doesn't matter what someone else thinks. It matters, what I enjoy. Like, what do you like? What do you enjoy? It's like right now, listen, y'all, the PlayStation 5. Oh my goodness, man. I just did a podcast on this, but listen, so there's people that like the PlayStation 5 and there's people that like the Xbox Series X. Everybody's different. You get what I'm saying? But what I've realized personally is that, just because somebody else has one, and you don't have one, that doesn't make you lesser or greater of a person. It's just what somebody else likes. And so I've realized that in my life personally that, not everything, you never measure yourself by someone else or what you visualize them to be. Because sometimes, what I've realized is that we could look at somebody else's life and we can honor it so much so to where we desire it and want it, and that person not be really even happy with their lives. Like the other night, we were watching the Chiefs game, and I was talking to my kids. We all chilling down here and everything, and watching the game on the big screen. And we had Rotel. Now with this Rotel, I mixed it with Sloppy Joe mix. And, my oldest son was like, Daddy, I can tell that, this doesn't taste like regular Rotel. And I got into this discussion with him, telling him, like, it's so important to be thankful, to be grateful, for anything that you get, no matter what food it is. There's some kids that don't have food. There's some kids that, are not sleeping, tonight on a warm bed with cover and a fan. All of these different blessings that we have, sometimes we overlook them, right? So I was talking to my son about this, and I was just letting him know, because sometimes, you could be so blinded to your life, not realizing how great your life is, how blessed your life is, and you see somebody else's life, and what you envision or what you think or imagine about their life seems bigger or seems better or seems greater than your life, when in reality, you get what I'm saying? Life is not defined by how much you have or how well your life looks. It's truly defined by, who you're putting your faith and confidence in. And for me, I put it in Christ Jesus. I'm not ashamed of it. I love Jesus with my whole heart. You get what I'm saying? But I've realized that, that is what could happen in your life. Like my son was so focused on he could taste the Sloppy Joe in there, not realizing that he was eating food and not having to be hungry. And so that's how it is. I believe I've realized my life has kind of, took a turn, it can take a turn if you're not careful, and I was down here on the couch the other night. I was playing the video game, and, I was playing Call of Duty. For the Xbox, for those that's out there watching, you can add me on there. I don't even know my tag no more. They switched so much stuff. I just play because I love it and I enjoy it, right? So I'm down here playing Xbox, and I'm just like, man, I was talking to the Lord. I'm like, God, listen, man, I really want to do something, man. I'm tired of just sitting, just not moving. Why is stuff not moving in my life? And I had to stop myself and think about it for a second. I was like, why are you complaining and you're sitting here? You got the fan on you. You got your Xbox headphones on. You got an Xbox Elite controller in your hand. You're sitting in front of a 60-inch screen TV, and you got your own place, and you're down here not having to worry about sharing with no one or anything like that. And I had to stop myself and be like, you know what? Thank you, God. Thank you. I appreciate what you gave me. I appreciate this. And the same thing I was telling my son. I had to tell myself that. And so I just pray that this is encouraging for you, because I felt like that I was creeping into a spiral of depression, getting more and more depressed. Like, why is nothing moving? But, you realize something, the more you want, is the less you have. You get what I'm saying? When you are setting your desires on, getting things. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to stop by today and be like, man, appreciate, where you are. Appreciate the process. Appreciate, what I'm saying, the little small things, because you can get so consumed with tomorrow that you forget about your victories from yesterday, and you forget about today and the journey that you can have and enjoy in today, all the peace that you can have in today. And so, but that was big for me. That was real big. I had to really think about, like, whoa, Zay, like, why are you spazzing out like this, bro? And you blessed, you know what I'm saying? And so, and that's what I wanted to encourage, the people today about, being appreciative of where you are. It might not be everything you want, but look at what you have. Like, look at the moment right now. Just think about it. Just really meditate on where you are right now. And your life might be completely in shambles. You might have relationship issues. You might have family issues. You might have job issues, but you got issues. There's somebody who would enjoy our issues. And I had to think about that. Somebody would love to be in the position I'm in right now, playing the video game, and looking at themselves saying, like, man, I wish I had more. And, and so but see, that's what I've been realizing. And the same thing with my kids, like, we were having a discussion. My youngest son, he just kept saying, listen, you need to be appreciative, because that's one of the things I teach my kids, is just being grateful, for what you have, whether it doesn't even matter, because when I grew up, I didn't have a lot of things that my kids have now. You get what I'm saying? And so I realized that, our decisions and everything that we make, you get what I'm saying, can ultimately affect, you get what I'm saying, the way that others, perceive us, and then also, how we perceive ourselves, how we look at our lives, and, it really affect that. You can look at yourself and be like, I don't have anything, and you can be the most blessed person in the world, and have everything, and so I had to really sit back and think about that, man. And so I want to encourage you, what I'm saying, like, your life right now, it might not be what you envision in somebody else's, but truth be told, the person that we are admiring or looking at, that we desire to be where they are, I guarantee if they were to look in our lives, they would say the same thing. And that is where that is where we begin. That's how we have to come together. That is the moment where we come together and we start to say, you know what, listen, hey man, I really am, not jealous of your life, but I really am admired by your life. I'm actually able to be blessed, because I can see that it's not about, everything that I have, but I can see that you're blessed. And, letting people know when they're blessed, like, if you look in your friend's life, let them know, because they might be looking in your life like, man, this person is blessed. And, people don't really sit down and think about their blessings, especially when they're so blessed. And I've realized this is just a normal human response, to someone that's not really meditating and focused in on the things that really, really matter. Like, are you alive? Are you breathing? Do you have health? Can you walk? Can you talk? Can you comprehend? Can you see? Those are all blessings. There's people that have been affected by COVID that are no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? And the families are hurting behind that, and so little things like that, man, really kind of like, struck me last night. Now, everyone knows I love to encourage people. I love to lift them up and build them up. And I was telling my wife about that. I said, one of the things I've realized about love is that love will correct. Love will help you love will help you to see the truth. If a person really loves you, they're going to help you to see the truth. Not everything in life, I've realized, is when you're loving a person, it's always going to feel good. Sometimes when you're loving a person, it's going to cause them to think differently. It's going to cause them to kind of be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I should think differently, even though I don't want to, but I should think differently about this. You know what I'm saying? And it helps you to feel better. And that's what I realized. I was sitting down here in my game room, right? And in my game room, I have my studio. I got my, my filming setup, everything, my recording lab, everything is there. And so, but sometimes you could have so much and you forget how blessed you are. And that is where you begin to seek into depression. You know, a lot of famous people struggle with that, because it's not about how much you have. It's about being appreciative for being alive, being appreciative for being able to eat. You know, just little small things like that helps your life to feel so much better. You know, and so I encourage you as a, as a human being, you know what I'm saying, that when you look in your life and you see how blessed your life is, you know, not to be over, when you look in your life and you don't see how blessed your life is, you can be overwhelmed by tomorrow, by the success or the visualizing success for tomorrow. And you will seek more and more into depression today. And then you get to tomorrow and then it's not what you expected. It's not what you hoped. Now, I'm not saying like, don't have faith. I'm not saying like, don't, dream. But what I'm saying is that like in your dreaming, you have to realize that, you have control over the way that you feel about the day. You know what I'm saying? You can change how you feel about where you are and how blessed you are. Like I've always said this, your success is not defined by how much you have or how far you make it. Success is determination. Success is the ability to continue to do something, even though I believe personally, even though, other people are not applauding you. Success is not defined by when you make it and you everywhere. That's not success, so that's what I've been realizing, along the way, the journey. And I want to encourage people and let them know, because when you're in a situation and you're moving forward and you're gifted, you're talented, say you are gifted in 5 different areas, like me, I can make music, I can write songs, I can record, I can compose different actual, video clips. I can put a whole lot of things together good with, organize and all these different things, but at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying? You can be great in all of those areas, be the most successful in all of those areas in your field, but still feel unsatisfied. And that's what I want to talk about. How can you be satisfied in your life when you have all of those gifts? How can you learn? How can you accept being blessed like that? And that is where a lot of people fall into depression, suicide, medication, drugs, you name it, because it's not about the success of everything and having everything in your reach. Is truly about being appreciative. You get what I'm saying? And really, thinking on that. And I'll tell you this, you could be so blessed that it will ultimately, you can find yourself being stressed. You can find yourself, really, truly, struggling with the simple fact of having so much and being so stressed out. But how can you manage those things? How can you put those things together and look at your life and say like, okay, now like God, I need your help. Help me with all of this, because if you don't, I'm going to get stressed. I'm going to be stressed out and I'm going to lose it. And that's what a lot of people, I believe, fail to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to put your trust in the Lord. You have to put, your hope in him. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, that's one of the things that I've realized over the last couple, weeks in my life, what has been drowning me. It has been, so focused on tomorrow. And I forget about today and the success of today. And what I mean by success is look at where you are. You're not where you are 10 years ago. You don't do the things you did 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at your life and examine it and look at the successes of your life. Now, success, honestly, is not defined by just moving ahead and getting a better job and making more money. That's not success. You can't define success like that, because, when you look at success like that, what if you never get it? So you're never successful. What if you never obtain the dream that you're looking at? You'll be miserable because you feel like that was success. No, success is not defined by that. You can be the greatest, most talented, successful person, not even being known. You know what I'm saying? There was many people that didn't know Jesus at the time, but he was God's son. You get what I'm saying? And so it's not truly, your success is not defined by how many people know you. I really believe it's truly defined. And Webster got his own, definition, but through experience, success is not defined by how much you have or how much you've obtained or how many people know you or your popularity. Success is truly defined by what you love to do, what you enjoy to do, and you continue to do it, and you do it even if nobody's watching. And so, but yeah, I just want you to be encouraged, along the way. in your journey, when you're moving in life, and not to be robbed by, the success of tomorrow that promises you that this is going to make you feel good. You get what I'm saying? This is going to make it better if you did this, or if you have this, or if you have that. And one of the things I've realized in obtaining those things, you realize that, man, it was so much better before I had it. Matter of fact, I even had a better setup than even what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like how it is. So I encourage you to continue to, move forward and make changes and grow and be excited about change in your life. But at the same time, don't forget to enjoy the blessing that you have right now, because you are doing something now. You are growing now. You are changing now. You know what I'm saying, are doing living a different type of life now than you used to live. And so I encourage you, you know what I'm saying? Look at your life, examine it, and call out those things in your life that are blessings. When you're alone by yourself and you feel that way, you feel weighed down by the discouragement and the fear and the shame and why am I not where I want to be in my mind visually, regardless and this is what I'm beginning to realize, if you never make it there, your mind is the most powerfulest weapon that you have. And if you begin to meditate and think and even respond and live the way that you are envisioning, it's not about getting there and having everybody else like you're there. It's how you view yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's how you look at yourself. How do you see you? Regardless, listen, anybody, there's not a person in the world that's going to fight for you more than yourself. That's going to fight for you more than Jesus. You get what I'm saying? And so, hey, that's big. That's big. And that's one of the things I've realized. So I want you to be encouraged this week. Have a successful week. Have a prosperous week. Have a week that says that, listen, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I am a blessed person. I know that I have so many blessings, and just look at the blessings in your life. Look at the blessings in your life. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, man. So thank you, everybody that dropped by today. I pray that you would continue to be encouraged in everything that you go through, and just don't forget that you are valuable. Don't forget that you are special. Don't forget that, you matter. You have something that is very important to life. You know what I'm saying? If not, then Jesus wouldn't have put you here. So you have a purpose and you have something that's valuable. And it's important to know that, you know what I mean? Everything that has happened up to you, happened to you up to this point has been for a purpose. And remember this, that nothing is wasted with God. Whatever you've been through, even if you were the one that made the mistake, I'm a living example of making a mistake and destroying some things, and God turning those things around. The very things that I destroyed are the very things that God has used to bless me within my life. And so I want to let you know that there is nothing that is impossible with God and nothing that is lost. You get what I'm saying? If you just, talk to him about it and just watch how things turn around, so I encourage you this week, pray. I encourage you this week. Talk to the Lord. I encourage you this week. You know what I'm saying? Call out to him, when you're in a situation, a difficult time, because there's nothing like when you are in a corner and you're depressed and you are all by yourself and everybody else has left you and you're smothered with thoughts of fear and discouragement and shame. And you reach out and call out to Jesus and you feel a freedom like never before. It's a peace that can't be comprehended, that can't be understood, but we get an opportunity to experience it. So I encourage you to do that this week. Call out to him and watch how things change in your life. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Listen, don't forget to check out my clothing line, justjesusclothing.com. You can order clothes there. Don't forget to check out the new music from Throne Room Music 1 and Part 2. You can purchase the album on iTunes, Google Play, use Spotify, any places there. You can download it and listen to it and enjoy it. I guarantee it'll be a blessing for you in your life to have some type of actual atmosphere type music around that is encouraging, that will uplift your spirit in all this COVID-19 deal. So be encouraged, man. It's your boy Isaiah. Listen, one last thing before I go. Most definitely,